Most people spend their lives training everything except the one thing that controls it all, the mind. They'll spend hours in the gym sculpting their bodies. They'll chase money trying to build their bank accounts. They'll obsess over how others see them. But when life punches them in the face, and it will, they crumble. Why? Because they never took the time to train the only thing that can't be taken from them. The mind. Your mind is your weapon. It can either be your greatest ally or your most relentless enemy. If you don't build it, if you don't condition it every single day, it will betray you the second life gets hard. And life is going to get hard. There will be pain, loss, failure, rejection, and days where nothing makes sense. If your mind isn't forged through discipline and struggle, you'll fold. You'll run. You'll break. That's what happens to people who never put their minds through the fire. Training your mind isn't about reading a motivational quote when you feel down. It's about deliberately doing the things you don't want to do. It's about showing up when every part of you screams to stay in bed. It's about pushing past the moment your brain says stop and going 3 more reps, 3 more miles, 3 more hours. Every time you push when you want to quit, you're laying down steel inside your head. You're wiring resilience into your DNA. You're proving to yourself that pain won't control you. Fear won't control you. Comfort won't control you. Most people want to be mentally tough until it's time to do mentally tough things. They want strength without struggle. But strength only comes from suffering. You have to seek it. You have to chase discomfort on purpose. Go out into the cold. Do the hard run. Sit in the silence of your own thoughts without distraction. Face the things you've been avoiding. It's in those moments when you are alone with your doubt, your pain, your fear, that your mind gets carved into something unstoppable. Understand this. No one can train your mind for you. No one can crawl inside your head and fight your battles. It's you versus you every day. You have to decide if you're going to stay soft or if you're going to become the type of person who can endure anything. You can't wait until the storm hits to start building shelter. You build it now. You build it when it's inconvenient. You build it when no one is watching, when there's no applause, when it's just you and the grind. The world isn't going to slow down for your weakness. It's going to test you. It's going to throw chaos, pressure, and pain your way. And it's not going to care if you're ready. That's why you train your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. When everything else is stripped away, your mind is what will carry you through the fire. Not motivation, not luck, not talent, just that unbreakable voice inside that says, I'm not done. Train it until it becomes louder than fear, louder than pain, louder than doubt. Take the time. Make the time. Build the kind of mind that doesn't flinch, doesn't fold, and doesn't quit. Because when the world comes for you, and it will, you won't just survive. You'll stand tall, stare it down, and walk straight through the fire like you were built for it. Your mind is the control center of everything you do. It's the foundation beneath every action, every decision, every goal you chase. Yet most people treat it like an afterthought, assuming it will somehow be strong when they need it, without ever putting in the work to make it strong. That's the biggest mistake. Because when life hits you, and it will, your body, your talent, your resources can all fail you, but your mind will be the one thing that decides whether you stay down or get back up. If it's weak, it will convince you to quit. If it's strong, it will drag you forward through the pain. Think about it. Every achievement in your life began as a thought. Every failure started with a decision to stop trying. That's the power of the mind. It's not just a passenger in your journey, it's the driver. And like any driver, if it's untrained, reckless, or fearful, it will crash at the first sign of a storm. A trained mind, on the other hand, is steady under pressure. It doesn't panic when things fall apart. It stays calm, clear, and focused. It looks at chaos and says, we're going through this. That kind of mental control doesn't just happen. It's built deliberately, painfully, and daily. People often chase physical strength thinking it will protect them. But strength without mental discipline is just decoration. Your muscles won't keep you in the fight when your mind is screaming to quit. Your skills won't matter if your head is full of fear and self-doubt. Even the most talented people in the world fall apart when their minds aren't ready for adversity. The mind is what keeps you standing when your body is exhausted, what keeps you fighting when logic says you're done, what keeps you believing when everything around you says you're finished. That's why it's your most powerful weapon, because it governs how you respond to everything. Training your mind means teaching it to obey you, not the other way around. Most people live at the mercy of their thoughts. One hard moment comes and their minds tell them it's over, and they believe it. But when you train your mind, you build a voice inside that refuses to be controlled by fear, doubt, or pain. You build a mindset that can take hits, adapt, and keep moving forward no matter what. This isn't about blind positivity. It's about control. It's about owning the voice in your head so that when everything outside is collapsing, you can command yourself to keep going. Understand this clearly. If you don't train your mind, nothing else you train will matter. Your body can be powerful, your goals can be massive, but without mental strength, you will fall the moment things get difficult. But when your mind is strong, nothing can stop you. It will carry you through pain, through failure, through fear. It will become the weapon that makes you unstoppable. That's why you must take the time to train it, because it controls everything. Mental strength doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's not something you're born with or something that magically switches on when life gets hard. It's built brick by brick through daily discipline. Discipline is the raw material that shapes a resilient mind. And here's the truth. It's not glamorous. It's not inspiring in the moment. It's not loud. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it. It's doing what needs to be done, even when your emotions are screaming at you to stop. Every time you push through resistance, you strengthen the part of your mind that refuses to be ruled by comfort or weakness. When you live without discipline, your mind becomes soft. It learns that it can negotiate its way out of discomfort. The moment something feels hard, it quits. That kind of mind will collapse when real adversity shows up because it's been trained to run from effort. Discipline rewires that response. When you deliberately practice doing hard things, waking up early, staying consistent, holding your promises to yourself, your mind begins to understand that pain and discomfort aren't stop signs. They're part of the process. Over time, it stops panicking in the face of difficulty. Instead, it locks in, pushes harder, and adapts. Daily discipline builds something far more powerful than motivation. Motivation is temporary. It fades when the excitement disappears or when you're tired. Discipline doesn't care about how you feel in the moment. It's the decision to act, no matter what. That's how mental toughness is built, through repetition, through consistency, through the boring and brutal work that no one sees. It's not about intensity for one day. It's about showing up every day. Every act of discipline is a vote for the kind of person you want to become, a person who doesn't break when things get heavy. And here's what's critical: discipline compounds. Each small act you commit to becomes proof to your mind that you are reliable, that you finish what you start, that you are stronger than your excuses. Over time, this creates an internal momentum that's unshakable. While others wait for the right mood or perfect moment, you've already built the habit of doing what's hard. That habit becomes a mental fortress. When pressure hits, you won't need to find strength. It will already be part of you because you've been building it every single day. Discipline is the training ground where mental toughness is forged. It's how you teach your mind to obey your purpose instead of your feelings. Without it, the mind drifts, becomes lazy, and folds at the first challenge. With it, the mind becomes sharp, focused, and unstoppable. That's why daily discipline isn't optional. It's essential. If you want a mind that stands strong when life tries to break you, you must earn it through the quiet, relentless work of discipline every day, especially on the days you least want to, because those are the days that forge the strongest minds. Struggle is the furnace where true strength is forged. You cannot develop resilience by living an easy, comfortable life. You don't grow when everything goes your way. You grow when things fall apart and you refuse to break. Struggle forces you to confront your limits, and in doing so, it pushes those limits further. It strips away excuses, distractions, and comfort, leaving you face to face with who you really are. And that's where strength is born, not in the moments when it's easy, but in the moments when it's almost unbearable. and you choose to keep going anyway. Most people run from struggle. They look for shortcuts, for the easy path, for anything that keeps them safe from pain. But avoiding struggle only keeps them weak. Without challenge, the mind stays soft. It never learns how to fight back when life pushes. It never learns how to endure when the pressure builds. Struggle is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It teaches you patience when things move slower than you want. It teaches you focus when chaos surrounds you. It teaches you grit when your body and mind are screaming to stop. These lessons can't be read in a book or heard in a motivational speech. They can only be earned through experience. When you step into struggle willingly, something powerful happens. You start to rewire your relationship with pain. Instead of seeing it as a threat, you begin to see it as a sign that you're getting stronger. Every time you fight through fatigue, through fear, through doubt, you prove to your mind that you are capable of more than it believed. That proof builds confidence, and confidence builds strength. The mind remembers the times you endured. It remembers the moments you didn't quit. Those memories become armor you carry into every future challenge. Struggle also builds perspective. It shows you that pain is temporary, that discomfort passes, and that you can survive far more than you imagined. Once you've walked through fire, the small problems of daily life stop shaking you. While others break under pressure, you remain steady because you've been tested. This steadiness isn't arrogance, it's earned. It comes from knowing that you've been to the edge and made it back stronger. That kind of strength can't be faked. It can't be given. It can only be built in the crucible of struggle. Understand this clearly. Struggle is not something to fear. It's something to seek. It's the resistance that builds the muscle of the mind. Without it, you stay fragile. With it, you become unbreakable. Every obstacle, every failure, every hardship is an opportunity to sharpen your mind and grow stronger. Stop running from the struggle. Step into it. Embrace it, because every time you survive it, you rise from it tougher, wiser, and more powerful than you were before. That's how struggle creates strength, and why you must never shy away from it. Most people wait for challenges to find them. But if you want to build a mind that can't be broken, you have to go out and seek discomfort on purpose. Comfort is a trap. It lulls you into weakness. It tells you that you're fine as you are, that you've done enough, that you don't need to push any harder. But comfort is where growth goes to die. If you want to become mentally tough, you must make discomfort your training ground. You must deliberately place yourself in situations that test you, stretch you, and expose your weaknesses. Because only in those moments can you build the strength to rise above them. When you willingly step into discomfort, you take control of your growth. Instead of waiting for life to hit you, you hit yourself with challenges on your own terms. This might mean waking up when your body wants to sleep, training when you're exhausted, sitting in silence when your mind is restless, or choosing difficult tasks over easy ones. Every time you do this, you're telling your mind, we don't fear hard things. That message gets stronger with repetition. Over time, discomfort stops being a signal to retreat. It becomes a signal to engage. That shift is what separates those who endure from those who break. Discomfort is where mental calluses are built. Just like physical calluses form on your hands through friction and pressure, mental calluses form on your mind through challenge and stress. When you expose yourself to difficulty repeatedly, the sting of hardship fades, fear loses its grip, doubt loses its volume. Your mind learns that pain won't destroy you, that discomfort won't break you, that you can stay composed even when everything inside you is screaming to stop. That's the power of seeking discomfort. You harden your mind against chaos before chaos even arrives. It's easy to avoid discomfort and convince yourself you're strong. But strength that's never tested is just an illusion. The real test of the mind is how it responds under pressure. And the only way to prepare for that is to live under pressure by choice. By regularly putting yourself in hard, uncomfortable situations, you remove the shock factor. When adversity shows up, it doesn't catch you off guard. It finds you already in battle mode. That readiness is what allows you to stay calm while others panic, to keep moving while others freeze. Understand this, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your training. If your training has always been comfortable, your mind will fold when things get painful. But if your training is filled with discomfort, Your mind will know exactly what to do when the storm hits. That's why you must seek it out. Go where it's cold. Go where it's quiet. Go where it's hard. Face the things that scare you. Because every moment of discomfort you embrace now is forging the mental armor you'll need when life tries to break you. No one can build your mind for you. No one can carry you through the internal battles you have to face. People can support you. They can motivate you. They can inspire you. But they cannot fight for you. The war inside your head is yours alone. And this is where most people fall apart. They wait for someone else to push them, to drag them, to save them when they fall. But if you're serious about becoming mentally strong, you have to accept that the responsibility is entirely yours. The work will be done in silence, and no one will be there to hold your hand through it. The truth is, the moments that truly shape you are the ones no one else sees. It's when you wake up before the world does and choose to work while everyone else is sleeping. It's when you face the voice in your head telling you to quit and decide to push anyway. These battles happen alone behind closed doors without applause or recognition. And that's exactly why they matter. Because when no one is watching, there's nothing to impress. There's only you versus you. That's when you find out what you're really made of. That's when you start building a mind that can't be shaken. Relying on others to keep you going is a weakness because people can't always be there. They get tired, distracted, busy with their own lives. If your strength depends on someone else's presence, it's not real strength, it's borrowed. Real mental toughness is built when you stop needing outside validation or constant encouragement. It's built when you become your own source of discipline, your own source of drive, your own source of accountability. When you can push yourself, even when no one would notice if you quit, that's when you know you're becoming unbreakable. This doesn't mean you have to walk through life alone or shut people out. It means understanding that support is helpful, but not necessary. Motivation is helpful, but not required. Because the truth is, motivation fades and support comes and goes. But your mind is with you every second. If you haven't trained it to be strong on its own, you'll crumble the moment the world goes silent. The mind has to be self-sustaining. It has to be able to push you forward when there's no cheering, no applause, no one to tell you you're doing great. So stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for the perfect mentor, the perfect plan, or the perfect timing. Start relying on yourself. Start showing up for yourself every day, whether anyone notices or not. This journey is yours. The work is yours. The pain is yours. And so is the reward. When you finally realize that no one can do this for you, something changes. You stop hoping for strength and you start building it alone, quietly, relentlessly. That's how a mind becomes unstoppable. Life is unpredictable, and at some point, it will try to break you. It will throw chaos, loss, pain, and adversity at you without warning. Most people crumble in those moments, not because they are weak by nature, but because they never trained their minds to handle the storm. They coasted through life relying on comfort, waiting for circumstances to stay easy. But when the storm hits, comfort becomes useless. Only a trained, disciplined mind can cut through the noise, stay calm in the chaos, and keep moving forward when everything else is falling apart. That's the true power of mental strength. It becomes your anchor when the world around you is spinning out of control. A trained mind doesn't panic in hard times. It locks in. It knows how to breathe, how to focus, how to endure pain without letting emotion take over. This is not something that magically appears under pressure. It's something that's built in the quiet, hard moments when you choose discipline over comfort. Every time you push through fatigue, every time you silence doubt, every time you finish what you started, you are hardening your mind. And when the storm finally comes, all that quiet work becomes your shield. While others are frozen in fear, you are steady. While others are breaking down, you are still standing. That's the difference between someone who trained their mind and someone who didn't. Adversity exposes the truth about your preparation. It reveals whether you've been sharpening your mind or letting it grow soft. Those who've trained their minds don't just survive storms, they grow stronger because of them. They understand that hardship is temporary, that pain will pass, and that they have the power to outlast it. This belief doesn't come from hope, it comes from experience. It comes from having faced difficulty before and walking out the other side stronger. That memory becomes proof, and that proof becomes power. When you've built a mind on that kind of foundation, there's nothing the world can throw at you that you won't eventually overcome. The storms of life are not a matter of if, they are a matter of when. And when they arrive, you won't have time to suddenly become strong. You'll fall to the level of the strength you've already built. That's why mental training is not optional. It's not something you start when things go wrong. It's something you do every day so that when things go wrong, you're ready. You train your mind like armor, layering it piece by piece until it becomes unbreakable. And when the world tries to crush you, it will find that you cannot be crushed. So build your mind now. Train it daily. Push it through hardship, through boredom, through fear. Because storms will come. Life will test you. And when it does, you won't need to hope you can survive. You'll know you will. A trained mind doesn't fear the storm. It walks straight through it.